How's it going, everybody? My name's Dave Whipple and you're watching Cheap Wheels. One of the most valuable things that you can know how to do with your car or truck is change the oil. Today what we're going to do is I'm going to take my old F-150 here. We're going to change the oil. I'm going to show you guys the process and how easy it is to do. Stay tuned. First thing you want to do is fire up your vehicle and let it warm up until it's at operating temperature. You're going to want to find your hood release and open your hood. Once your hood is open, you're going to want to find your oil filter. Well, this engine being a 306-cylinder Ford, the oil filter is very easy to get to. It's right on the side of the block. I have to admit, I have a big soft spot for inline sixes. Now, once you've found your oil filter, you need to find your fill cap. There's the fill cap on this engine. If you're working outside like I am, go grab yourself a big chunk of cardboard like this one, because we're going to be going under the vehicle to find the drain plug. Now here's an underside view. Of course, there's our filter. This is the oil pan of the engine. When you find the oil pan of the engine, somewhere on the oil pan is going to be the oil drain plug. It's not uncommon to find them on the bottom or on the other side or up towards the front. Every vehicle seems to put their oil drain plug in a different spot. What we need to do is find a wrench that fits this oil drain plug, clean around it, slide an oil catch pan underneath here, and then take this bolt out. Now I'm not sure what size that oil drain plug is, so I brought the 3 wrenches that I think are the closest. Once you find which one fits, write it down somewhere so you don't have to do this again. I think it's an 11/16. Not quite. Okay, I think it's a 3/4. Yeah, that feels about right. Now that we've found a wrench, I'm just going to take this little wire brush and I'm going to clean around this plug, just a fuzz. Nothing fancy. I just don't want to bring a big clod of dirt away when I take this plug out. As you guys can see, I brought a drain pan. Now this is a fancy drain pan made out of the bottom of a 5-gallon bucket, but you can use whatever you have. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to take and break loose that oil drain plug. Sometimes they're in there pretty tight. Before I started filming, I ran this engine for 20 minutes, so it's nice and hot. Best to have a set of rubber gloves when you're doing this, but a lot of people won't. So I'm just going to do this as cleanly as I can with no gloves at all. Okay, that bolt feels like it's about ready, and we'll just open it up. Now, I recently bought this truck, so it's new to me, and I'm going through and changing all the fluids to make sure they're clean. Now, while the oil's draining, I like to take that plug and just set it somewhere where it's up off the ground and out of the way. Now you can see we're to a point where the oil is no longer pouring out and it's just dripping out. I'm getting 1 drip every second or so. I think it's pretty much drained. At this point, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to stick my plug back in there. Sometimes your plug will have a magnetic tip and it'll have little fine shavings and stuff on it. This one is not magnetic, so I just put it back in there and we're going to tighten it back up. Now, how tight do you want your drain plug? Well, that's a good question. You don't want it coming out, but you don't really need to just Hercules it in there. Just get her to where it's good and snug. Maybe give her an extra little bit of a turk and call it a day. I'm going to move this drain pan. I need to move it directly underneath the oil filter. Now there's the oil filter, and if you look down, there's our oil pan. Now we're going to reach down, we're going to grab this old oil filter, and we're going to spin it off. Now as soon as this filter starts coming off, it's going to start running oil down into our oil drip pan. What we're going to do is we're going to take this off and then hold it upside down, let it drain into that pan. We're going to try not to let go of it and have it fall right about there-ish. See how important it is to keep that oil drip pan right directly underneath the filter? Now I can turn this filter up. By turning it up, I can get it out of the engine bay without drizzling oil everywhere. Now that surface where the oil filter meets the block, you're going to want to clean off that surface area. Now it's time to get our filter ready. We're just going to take our filter out of the box and we're going to coat this rubber gasket with a little bit of fresh oil. I'm going to make sure I don't have any dirt or anything on my finger. Let's put my finger in the oil and then wipe some fresh oil around that rubber seal. Nice. I want to get that filter hand tight, and that's about good. Now that we've taken our drain plug out, drained the oil, replaced the plug, taken the filter off, put a fresh filter on, now it's time to fill the engine up with oil. At this point, we're going to need a funnel. The reason we're going to need a funnel is because if we don't use a funnel, we're going to spill oil all over everything. And then once we run the truck up to temperature, it's going to smoke along the exhaust manifold and it's going to stink. I've tried 1,000 times to pour the oil right in the oil fill cap, and there's always that one air bubble that goes burp, and it burps out oil, and it doesn't go where it's supposed to. And you want it clean. Make sure you get right down into the funnel part too. Use one that's big enough that you can actually stick your finger in the funnel and clean that area out. Use your pinky if you have to. We'll take that fill cap off and drop in our funnel. This particular engine takes 6 quarts. That funnel makes everything go faster and easier and cleaner. Now that I've filled the engine up with oil, I'm going to pull the dipstick and just have a look at it. Once you pull your dipstick out, clean around the dipstick tube. You don't want any dirt, sand, or anything around the tube itself. A lot of times when people check their oil and they go to put the dipstick back in the tube, it looks something like this. And you could be picking up sand and grit and stuff from around the tube itself, and when you finally get it to go in the hole, you're introducing grit down into your engine. Now this engine takes 6 quarts, and it's showing it's completely full with 5.5 in it. That's because that oil filter is completely empty. Once the truck runs and that oil filter gets full, this is going to show about 1/2 quart low. I'll wipe this dipstick off one more time, put it back in the engine, take out the funnel, reinstall the engine oil fill cap. You can see I've left a little less than 1/2 quart. I'll put that in later if it needs it. Well, now we're totally buttoned up. With today's oils that last so much longer and vehicles that are so much smoother and get driven so much more than they used to, changing oil is not as big of a deal as it used to be. Some oils like Mobil 1 Full Synthetic, it claims to be good for 15,000 miles. A lot of folks also take their rig into a quick lube and have the oil changed for 45 bucks. So if you do it yourself, are you really saving that much? Not really. You're probably going to spend a half an hour and you're probably going to save $20, maybe. But if you do it yourself, you know where the oil goes, where the oil comes out, what size filter it takes, and you're not in the dark about that sort of thing. If you feel like your engine oil needs to be changed and you've got an extra afternoon, just go ahead and do it. You don't have to make an appointment, you don't have to wait, and you will save a few bucks. Thank you guys so much for watching Cheap Wheels. My name's Dave Whipple. Keep your junk on the road. See you soon.